It is not because things are difficult that we do not dare. It is because we do not dare that they are difficult. What if the most pivotal decisions of your life could be born in the space of a single breath? In that brief, silent moment of stillness, the entire trajectory of your future can change, for better or for worse. Today, we explore Stoicism, an ancient philosophy that has empowered leaders, thinkers, and individuals across centuries to master that crucial space between stimulus and response. Stoics like Marcus Aurelius and Seneca were not just philosophers. They were architects of a life where every choice is a chance for deeper meaning. Stay with us as we uncover the power of thoughtful action. With a few simple Stoic strategies, you can transform your daily decisions and, ultimately, your life. Whether you are navigating a career change, managing a relationship, or simply deciding where to invest your energy, the wisdom of Stoicism offers a clearer, more deliberate path. Let's explore how to make the space between stimulus and response your most powerful tool for change. And if this journey resonates with you, the greatest way to support our work is to subscribe and immerse yourself in every insight we share. Each moment is crafted to unlock a wiser, more deliberate you. Now, let us begin. Our journey starts with the power of the pause. Imagine creating a space between what happens to you and how you respond. In this sacred gap, this moment of stillness, true wisdom can flourish. This is not about hesitation or stepping back from life's challenges. It is about stepping in, taking control, and granting yourself the chance to respond with intention rather than react on autopilot. Why is this pause so powerful? Think of the last time you reacted too quickly. A sharp word to a friend, a hasty decision you later regretted. If you had taken just a moment to breathe, to truly consider your next move, how might things have been different? This is the insight the Stoics understood so deeply. The Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius often wrote about this space between stimulus and response, believing it is where our true power lies. It is our opportunity to align our actions with our values, to act not from raw impulse, but from the core of who we are. You can begin implementing the power of the pause with a simple 5-second rule. Before you react to anything, a frustrating email, a stressful demand, the urge to skip a workout, count down from 5. In those 5 seconds, take one deep breath and remember who you are and what you stand for. This brief interval is enough to shift from a knee-jerk reaction to a thoughtful response. For larger decisions, there is the 24-hour rule. Give yourself a full day. This doesn't mean obsessing over the problem, but allowing time to sleep on it, to speak with a trusted friend, or to simply let your subconscious mind work as you go about your day. You will often find that this pause dissolves the fog of urgency and emotion, revealing a clearer, more reasoned path. Stoicism is not merely about enduring life's hardships, it is about thriving because of them. It is the recognition that while we cannot control what happens to us, we hold absolute control over how we respond. And that response, forged in the crucible of a thoughtful pause, is a profound expression of freedom and integrity. By mastering the pause, you are no longer just reacting to life. You are deliberately shaping it, writing your own story with every choice you make. Next, we learn to see the world through different lenses. Sometimes, all it takes to solve a problem or ease a burden is a fresh perspective. This taps into a core Stoic principle. Our judgments shape our reality far more than external events themselves. A powerful technique for this is the view from above. Imagine yourself zooming out from your current situation. Rise above your life, your city, your world, until you see everything from a higher, broader vantage. From this celestial viewpoint, problems that felt overwhelming up close begin to shrink in significance. This mental shift is not about diminishing your struggles, but about understanding their true scale in the vast tapestry of existence. The great Stoic Seneca believed this practice helps us prioritize what truly matters and release what does not. Then there is the art of role reversal, stepping into another's shoes. Imagine how a person you admire, a mentor, a historical figure, would handle your situation. Or consider the advice you would give a dear friend facing the same predicament. This shift often reveals solutions we couldn't see when trapped inside our own minds. It is an exercise in empathy and understanding, keys to both personal growth and a virtuous life. These techniques challenge our immediate perceptions and encourage us to think beyond our usual patterns. They teach us that flexibility of thought leads not only to better decisions, but to a more compassionate existence. By shifting your perspective, you engage in the essence of Stoic wisdom, the ability to see beyond the self-imposed barriers of your own mind. The next time you feel stuck, try looking from another angle. You may find that what seemed like an insurmountable wall was merely a door waiting to be opened. Now we turn to the heart of our inner world, our emotions. Managing our emotions does not mean suppressing them. It means understanding them, navigating them wisely, and ensuring they do not seize control of our decisions. The Stoics sought a state of apatheia, not apathy, but a serene freedom from destructive emotions, which is the key to a rational and fulfilling life. A beautifully simple method is to name the emotion. When you feel overwhelmed by anger, anxiety, or sadness, pause and label it. Say, either aloud or to yourself, "I am feeling anger," or "I am experiencing anxiety." This simple act creates a subtle distance. You are not the anger. You are the one experiencing it. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus taught that it is not events that disturb us, but our interpretation of them. By naming an emotion, you begin to untangle yourself from its grip, seeing it as a temporary state that does not have to dictate your actions. Another technique is the Stoic's pause. When something triggers an emotional response, instead of reacting instantly, take a single deep breath. Let it fill you slowly. Hold for a count of 3, and then release it. This brief pause gives your rational mind time to catch up with your emotional impulse. It is a moment to recall the words of Marcus Aurelius. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. This is not about avoiding emotion, but choosing a response that aligns with your values. These practices offer freedom from the tyranny of unchecked emotions. True freedom, the Stoics believed, comes from within, from our ability to govern ourselves regardless of external storms. So when you face a stressful day, a complex relationship, or a personal setback, remember that you have the tools to navigate your inner world. Name your emotions to understand them. Use the pause to respond with thoughtfulness, not impulse. By mastering your emotions, you are not just surviving, you are thriving. From the heart, we move to the mind, with the practice of rational analysis. Here, we wield logic as a tool to cut through confusion and arrive at clarity. A cornerstone of this practice is the simple pros and cons list. Do not underestimate its power. When facing a choice, draw 2 columns. In one, list all potential benefits. In the other, all possible drawbacks. This visual map allows you to weigh the options with a clear, structured mind, echoing the Stoic emphasis on seeing things as they are, not as we wish them to be. It forces you to step back from impulse and examine the decision from a place of balance. Another potent tool is to consider the worst-case scenario. Ask yourself, what is the absolute worst that could happen? This question is not an invitation to pessimism, but a tool for preparation. By confronting the worst possible outcome, you can assess if you could handle it, and you often realize how unlikely it is. This mental rehearsal disarms the fear and anxiety that so often cloud our judgment. It is a strategy used by Stoics like Seneca, who advised we periodically practice the hardships we fear. By doing so, we strip them of their power. Rational analysis is more than a technique for making good choices. It is about aligning those choices with your deepest values and the reality of your situation. It prepares you to face both expected and unexpected outcomes with resilience and peace. This process turns decision-making from a source of stress into an act of profound engagement with your highest self. The next time you face a decision, take the time to analyze it. You will not only make a better choice, you will embrace the Stoic pursuit of a wiser life. Underpinning every choice is the foundation of our character, our values and principles. Stoicism teaches that a strong set of values is not about moral superiority. It is about creating a compass for your life, giving every thought and action direction and consistency. To ensure your decisions are true to this compass, practice the integrity check. Before you act, ask yourself, does this align with my core values? Will this choice enhance my character or diminish it? This simple question is the essence of Stoic wisdom, living in accordance with your own true nature. It is not just about avoiding regret. It is about actively building a life you can be proud of. Another method is the test of public respect. Ask yourself, would I feel proud if this decision were made known to everyone I respect? This thought experiment brings a powerful clarity to your choices. If the idea of your action being public makes you uncomfortable, it's a sign to reconsider. It's a straightforward way to ensure your actions are ones you would openly stand by. Your principles are your guide in the stormy seas of life. They are most tested, as Seneca noted, not when things are easy, but when they are hard. That is why embedding your values into your decision-making process is so crucial. When the test comes, you can rely on this internal structure to see you through. So as you navigate life's choices, from the mundane to the monumental, perform an integrity check. Ask if you would respect yourself. These are not mere exercises. They are the practices that forge your character and ensure that every choice is a true reflection of your deepest self. In doing so, you live not just with intention, but with integrity. While Stoicism champions self-reliance, it also recognizes the profound wisdom in learning from others. No person is an island, and an outside perspective can unlock insights we would otherwise miss. First, there is the practice of consulting a mentor, a trusted advisor, a respected friend, a professional coach. These individuals bring a wealth of experience and an objective eye, free from the emotional entanglement of your dilemma. Seeking guidance from someone who has navigated similar challenges is not a sign of weakness. It is a strategic move. Even Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor, turned to teachers and advisors, recognizing that wisdom grows not in solitary contemplation alone, but in the soil of shared human experience. Another approach is to form a council of minds. Discuss your thoughts with a small group of trusted individuals. Each person's unique perspective can illuminate different facets of your situation, revealing possibilities and pitfalls you hadn't considered. This collective wisdom is not about seeking consensus, but about enriching your own understanding before you make the final call. It reinforces the Stoic belief in community and mutual support as essential for a well-lived life. The Stoics valued dialogue as a tool for refining thought and forging resilience. Engaging with others challenges our assumptions, which is vital for growth. So, when you stand at a crossroads, do not hesitate to seek counsel. Reach out to the mentors who inspire you. Engage in meaningful discussion with peers who challenge and support you. In doing so, you not only leverage collective wisdom, but honor a timeless tradition of valuing knowledge beyond your own. Finally, we practice the art of looking back by reflecting on past decisions. This is about transforming experience into wisdom, a practice central to Stoicism. The Stoics were great believers in self-examination, encouraging a mindful review of one's actions to fuel growth. One powerful technique is the post-mortem analysis. After a decision has played out, take time to reflect. Ask yourself, what went well, what didn't, and most importantly, what can I learn from this? This is not about dwelling on mistakes, but about objectively dissecting your choices to understand their mechanics. It is about extracting priceless lessons to inform your future. This reflective practice is deeply Stoic. Think of Marcus Aurelius writing his meditations, not just recording events, but analyzing them to improve himself. By conducting your own postmortems, you engage in this same process of continuous refinement. Another valuable approach is future self-reflection. Imagine yourself years from now, looking back at the choice you are about to make. What would your future self advise? Would that wiser version of you approve? This thought experiment aligns your present choices with your long-term aspirations and the person you hope to become. Reflection turns raw experience into hard-won wisdom. Every choice becomes a lesson on your journey. By regularly engaging in practices like post-mortem analysis and future self-reflection, you not only make peace with your past, but set the stage for more thoughtful and effective decisions. You build a narrative of personal growth, one decision at a time, always moving towards a more virtuous and fulfilled self. Our final step is to guard our minds against common biases. As Stoics, we aim for decisions based on reason, not on the irrational impulses that skew our perception. A critical bias to watch for is confirmation bias, our tendency to favor information that confirms what we already believe. To combat this, we must actively seek out information that challenges our views. This means more than just listening to opposing opinions. It means genuinely trying to understand them. This expands our perspective and aligns with the Stoic practice of scrutinizing our impressions to ensure they are based on reality, not assumption. Another technique is the pre-mortem. Before making a final decision, imagine that it has already failed spectacularly. Then, work backward to determine what could have gone wrong. This process forces you to look for potential flaws and weaknesses in your plan that you might otherwise overlook, protecting you from overconfidence and wishful thinking. By confronting the possibility of failure beforehand, you can fortify your strategy or choose a different path altogether, armed with a clearer, more realistic view of the challenges ahead. Unlike a post-mortem, which is conducted in the aftermath of an event, a pre-mortem invites us to journey into a hypothetical future. We imagine our decision has already failed, and then, from that vantage point of failure, we trace our steps backward to understand what could have gone wrong. This powerful act of foresight allows us to anticipate obstacles and craft strategies to navigate them, profoundly enhancing the quality of our decisions. It is a proactive stance, a mental discipline that compels us to view our choices through multiple lenses, anticipating challenges long before they materialize. This practice is a pure expression of the Stoic principle of foresight, of preparing for adversity, and having a plan to meet it. This technique, much like the practice of avoiding confirmation bias, is about cultivating a balanced and informed perspective, one that transcends the well-worn grooves of our automatic thinking. The Stoics revered the power of the rational mind to guide us toward a good life, yet they also knew that this mind requires training and discipline to reach its full potential. By consciously working to identify and temper the biases in our thinking, we not only make wiser choices, but also cultivate a more authentic understanding of the world around us. So, in your daily life, when you stand at a crossroads, pause for a moment. Ask yourself, am I truly considering all perspectives? Am I preparing myself for a range of outcomes? By weaving these practices into the fabric of your decision-making, You honor the Stoic commitment to a life guided not by fleeting convenience, but by depth, reason, and virtue. In doing so, every choice becomes more than a means to an end. It becomes a step on the path toward greater wisdom and integrity. This brings us to our next chapter, embracing uncertainty. An effective tool for navigating the mists of uncertainty is a practice I call the what-if game. It is a simple but profound exercise in exploring the landscape of possibility by asking a series of questions. What if things go right? What if they go wrong? What can I do in each scenario? This is not an invitation to anxiety. On the contrary, it is a method of mental preparation. By calmly rehearsing various possibilities, you strip uncertainty of its power to create fear, and you arm yourself to meet any outcome with composure and grace. This practice is deeply Stoic, echoing the counsel of Epictetus, who taught that by contemplating potential futures, we lessen the sting of negative events should they ever come to pass. Another powerful technique is what is known as the best, worst, and most likely analysis. When faced with a decision, consider the best possible outcome, the worst possible outcome, and the most likely outcome. This exercise serves a dual purpose. It helps you grasp the full spectrum of what could happen, while anchoring your expectations firmly in reality. It is the very definition of a balanced approach, preparing you to face the worst, even as you hope for the best. For Stoicism does not teach us to demand a specific outcome from life, but rather to maintain our inner peace, our equanimity, no matter the circumstances. Both the what-if game and the best, worst, most likely analysis are tools for cultivating what the Stoics considered an essential virtue: equanimity. Equanimity is the art of maintaining a calm and steady soul, regardless of the storms life may bring. It is the quiet strength of an even keel, refusing to be swept away by the highs of success or dragged down by the depths of failure. Through these practices, you begin to see uncertainty not as a threat to be feared, but as an essential, inseparable part of the human experience, one that holds invaluable lessons and opportunities for growth. This shift in perspective does more than simply alleviate stress. It refines your ability to navigate the complexities of life with wisdom and grace. To embrace uncertainty in this manner is to walk in perfect alignment with the core teachings of Stoicism. It is a transformation that turns life's greatest perceived challenges into its most profound and enriching experiences. So, the next time you stand before the unknown, do not recoil in apprehension. Instead, lean into it, armed with the strategies we have discussed. Embrace the Stoic mindset, and you can transform uncertainty from a source of fear into a journey of empowerment. Thank you for joining me today in exploring these timeless Stoic strategies for embracing life's complexities. Remember, every challenge is an opportunity to apply these principles and grow stronger and wiser. If this journey into the depths of Stoic wisdom has resonated with you, I invite you to continue your path by exploring the suggested video on your screen to master the art of living well. Thank you for being a part of the Stoic Journal community. Stay thoughtful, and until next time, keep striving towards a life of virtue and clarity.